and welcome to Distinctly Average, the newly christened podcast, video thing, I can't even remember, from The Average Gamer. This week we're talking about Microsoft. They finally made some statements about the Xbox One regarding online, privacy, and all that other stuff we've been asking about. We also talk about The Last of Us. Is it good? Is it bad? Colin's played it, let's find out. And we have E3, obviously, is coming up. E3 is happening this week. Nick, what are we seeing?
We're seeing, start off with Wargaming's new console game. That
Nobody cares.
it might not be a World of Tanks game. It might be something
Really?
completely different. It might be shooting dudes in space, which everyone would love.
No.
I don't know. I'm going to find it. Okay, Tuesday. I'm finding out Tuesday afternoon. I am with Wargaming saying, is it shooting dudes in space?
Like, I'm dismissing them, but they do make like $10 million a month, so whatever
it's-
Wargaming does, we should really be paying attention.
Wargaming. Then I'm off to go and see the Call of Duty dog in Call of Duty Ghosts.
Ghost Dog.
Ghost Dog, yes.
Ghost Dog.
Ghost Dog.
There's a scene in that game where it's like Patrick Swayze and the dog
What?
at a clay spinning table, and it's got Unchained Melody in the background, and it's just going to be
Who is this
amazing.
guy?
What
Why
did
is
you,
he
is that in
here?
your dreamers in the game?
Ghost Dog. Have you never seen the
Ghost-
film Ghost?
No. Well, I've seen.
Yes,
No,
you have.
actually, no. I haven't
What?
seen. I haven't seen. No, I haven't
You
seen.
haven't seen the clay scene with Patrick
Oh no, I've seen the like. Yes,
You've
I've
seen
seen
like
the
the
play
9
scene.
million piss takes.
Yes, I have. Yeah, but I haven't actually sat down and talked.
You haven't seen the version with
tortured
Patrick
my-
Swayze and Call of Duty Dog?
No, not
Okay.
yet.
Well,
No,
it's
I've
gonna
missed
happen.
that. Okay. Yeah.
It's
Well,
gonna happen now,
it's
right?
gonna
I'll ask Activision what I think of it. Then.
Because Colin's gonna make it.
Alright, so I'm seeing that, and then I'm also seeing Bungie's new game, which is called Destiny, which is
Space Marines.
it's possibly shooting dudes in space. Earth is crewed, and then you're going out to other planets and investigating. Like Venus is now actually is the lush forests of Venus, and Mars has got temples, so you're actually looking for stuff on these planets. I don't
Dudes
know.
to shoot.
Yeah, dude to shoot probably. Shoot dude, collect item, go back to Earth.
Not to the Covenant.
We'll find out in the Sony conference at 2 AM UK time. It's the first reveal of the Destiny gameplay in the PlayStation conference. So,
Destiny gameplay on tablet.
oh my god! No, it can't be any
On
work.
Vita.
Yeah.
Mobile companion app.
Oh, that PlayStation. What was it? The thing they had on mobile.
PSM.
PlayStation Mobile. I
PlayStation
think it
Mobile?
was.
Destiny's on PlayStation Mobile. There, you heard it first. Average Gamer News.
48K version. There you go.
Oh, that would be quite good.
First of all,
You are seeing.
yeah. Well, first of all, on the Monday morning, Debbie and I will be at the Xbox press conference, and yeah, we'll be finally seeing more games for the Xbox One.
Some games.
Some
for the
games,
Xbox.
some games for the Xbox One
Games
that aren't
Call
Forza.
of Duty Dead Dog.
Dead dogs.
That's the DLC.
Definitely. Why would you download DLC where your dog dies? I'm gonna pay £6 for a dead dog. There you go.
Hey,
Bit
people like
morbid.
The Walking Dead.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Oh.
Emotions.
You
We were
don't
talking
wanna-
about the conferences. On Monday we're seeing the conference, and then we're seeing the EA conference,
Yep.
and then we're seeing the Sony conference,
Yep.
and like nothing interesting happens between except Ubisoft.
We didn't get invited. Yeah, and then
But we're
Sony.
seeing all this stuff on their stand. You'll
Yeah.
see. You've got a boost.
Yeah, you
already.
I'll
got
be
it.
seeing that.
So
Hopefully, we'll see a bit more of maybe Rainbow Six
Pirates.
Patriots.
I mean,
Pirates,
Black
the
Flags.
game, which is the Black Flag, Assassin's
Yeah.
Creed 4. You've got new Splinter Cell, which just basically a shooty bang bang game now.
Was it shooting dudes in space?
It's shooting dudes probably in Iraq.
Okay.
wasn't it always a shooty bang bang game?
Yes, but it had stealth,
And you could throw a can.
and it had Michael Ironside, who's now the size of like a small fridge. He's really big now.
He's quite wide, isn't he? Yeah,
Yes,
he's
yeah.
really grown. If you actually laid him sideways, he gets taller.
Yeah, so we'll be playing Watch Dogs, hopefully on the PS4, and we'll get to see that coat physics in action.
What?
Coat physics. Have you not seen this physics in the coat? They're flapping like anything.
Oh, coat.
Coat physics, yeah.
Oh,
like
coats. Yeah.
Scottish
Okay,
accent.
fine.
Yeah. And then we'll be heading to the Konami booth to try out, hopefully, a playable version of Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain.
You can watch Colin weep live on The Average Gamer as he sees the Phantom Pain.
And then you just have like music and
Yeah.
people just surrounding me as I cry. It'll be fine.
And you'll be arm in arm with David Hayter, just going, "Sorry, David."
It's fine. We'll be fine. We'll console ourselves. Yeah.
And then Kiefer will be just standing there
Yeah.
looking, just going, "Haha, yeah, I'm no snake."
Actually, Keith Sutherland's quite small, so he'll be looking up to me.
Is he?
He's about 5'7".
Wow.
Yeah.
And he's the new voice of Snake.
Yes, it was announced last week at the Konami press recorded video conference. A bit disappointing and all. Hater kind of... It's never been the greatest performance, but it makes the game. It's part of it now. It's been part of it since 1998, so I mean...
So that's like your entire life.
Yeah.
Basically.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
Because you're 12.
Because I am 12. But yeah, no, it's going to be strange at first, but an older Snake needs an even more gravelly voice if that was possible. I mean, dig up the rest of them. So.
But you're not going to be confused that like this is Jack Bauer, but he's not punching people in the gut and killing them.
Oh, he'll be punching people in the gut.
That was the problem with what was his show?
Touch, yeah,
Touch,
which is the program about awkwardly being a paedophile in New York. So
was it?
No.
Well,
It's
about
his numbers kid.
And
His son's
son was
autistic
like,
and can see patterns and things.
It got cancelled.
It got cancelled after 2 seasons
because they realised it was actually crap.
It was.
Well, I'm fairly sure that's because it was Kiefer Sutherland, but he was a wuss. And you'd be there like,
he didn't want to punch
he's
people.
Jack Bauer, why is he not punching people?
And the other thing we say, I'm seeing Saints Row 4.
Dubstep gun. The
dub-
wubstep gun.
Wob, 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 wob.
So
I
the
would
wob-
be like
wob,
dancing to the wub.
wob,
I don't know how
wob,
you dance to wubs.
Nobody knows how to dance to
No,
dubstep.
and also the dubstep's just terrible. So
Some of it's good.
Skrillex would
but
beat you.
I
Skrillex
don't
is
care.
terrible.
I don't like Skrillex
Skrillex is
anyway, so
bad.
it's feelings
There's not
mutual.
enough bass.
Yeah, but Saints Row the 4 just looks mental, even more mental than 3. There is just it's like
Well, you are the
superpowered.
president.
You're the president who can also fly.
He can fly.
Yeah, but
Naked
like,
flying.
But in
for
3,
that.
you were a toilet. You were a toilet.
You
You're
were a
saying
toilet.
it's more mental than you were
It
a
appears
toilet.
to be more
Oh, there's
mental.
Shondi's back, with more Shondi.
No, there's two Shondys.
Double the Shondi
Yeah,
action.
there's two Shondys.
Double the
So
Sasha Grey.
Yeah, there's gonna
Was
be.
she played by Sasha?
Yeah, just
Really?
don't Google Sasha
Oh,
Grey
oh
and
no.
Who's that?
Sasha Grey.
Yeah, who's she?
She's a
knows
porn.
damn
She's
well.
an
I know,
ex-porn
I
star.
know.
Just people don't Google Sasha Grey unless you got safe search on.
She has been in 2, or was it 1 film?
She writes children's
Stephen.
books.
She's been in many
Soderbergh
films.
film,
Many
has
films.
Many
I think
films.
you'll
She's in a
find.
lot of films.
She has a wide array of emotions.
and she writes children's books now.
So, The Last of Us. I hear there were reviews. What do you think?
Well, I managed to play about probably an hour and a half, 2 hours of it. It's worthy of its praise from what I can see.
It sounded just
It sound-
intense.
It's full on. It's
Survival horror?
it's serious.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
Serious like the Walking Dead Telltale Games serious? Or
In terms of, well, the beginning, for example, that has without any spoilers, you're trying to protect someone.
So there's a lot of stuff happening, going
Everything's
on. It's
happening.
noisy. It's like, from what I heard, it was
It was-
just tons of stuff was going on.
Yeah, you have to be completely focused on basically survival from
Which is quite good in a survival horror game.
yeah,
Survival action
action game. Yeah,
As Neil Druckmann said in
Yeah.
his interview.
But what do you mean by survival? Because my understanding of survival horror is run away. You don't have enough weapons, so run away. Is that what you mean?
yes, you're trying to
Okay.
survive. You don't know why or what, but you're trying to survive.
So
Is
you're
it-
running.
Yes, you're running.
Not like Zombie U, where trying to survive means batting things in the face.
Slowly batting things in the
Slowly
face.
batting
yes.
things in the face.
How good of a start of a game is it? I mean, some games take, or Final Fantasy, the start of the game usually goes on for about
Oh god,
19 hours.
20
Yeah,
hours.
This, by the sounds of it, really doesn't hang about.
The start of it takes about, depending on, there's a bit of freedom at the start, but it takes about maybe 25 minutes, and you know exactly where you stand. After that, it is story. It does jump a bit into time, but
Was it good? Did you enjoy
yeah, I
it?
loved it.
You can't wait to play
I
it.
cannot wait to continue. Basically, I'm gonna have the Joel edition pre-ordered, which comes with a lovely canvas sack and the game.
You like the
Canvas
feel
sack.
of, you like the
Canvas
feel of a
sack.
nice sack. Are you going to be like sitting with your sack and you sat on the sofa,
Sack in hand.
playing, sack in hand, controlling the other, playing The Last of Us? Is
Sack in hand.
that's your ideal gaming?
Monday morning will be at the Xbox conference, and Microsoft have recently clarified some things about what's happening with the Xbox One. So you will be able to trade games, but the retailers the publishers have to get to decide whether or not they charge a fee for pre-owned games. So, yeah, is that like... Can anybody see an obvious problem with this?
Apart from the fact that it's costing potential customers more to rebuy a game.
Yeah, like you'd assume, right?
But
'Cause
yeah,
PlayStation, like, I originally thought they would never ever do this unless PlayStation were on the same wavelength and just, they're keeping really quiet and making Microsoft take all the crap. But if Sony aren't doing that, then instantly, like, what was it, 40 we know about 48 games that are coming out on next gen. 40 of those are cross-platform, with only 8 of them being Sony exclusives, plus the other Xbox One exclusives that I can't remember right now. But, I mean, those are 40 games that instantly pre-owned is... If publishers choose to do it, then pre-owned on the Xbox One is going to cost £2 to £3 more. That just seems like a silly idea straight off the bat.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, it's going to alienate a lot of people. It's going to make them really think about having to buy a pre-owned game. Plus, it's going to limit the amount
or
of...
an Xbox One in the first place.
Yes, exactly. I mean, but also it's going to limit the kind of the retailers, because independent people aren't going to be able to do this by the sound of it. The sound is going to be like pre-approved outlets, so like pretty much game. I suppose. Yeah. GameStop in America.
I would have said HMV.
No, HMV don't win. You got to imagine that companies are not in favour of this, but
yeah, FMCV actually spoke to a whole load of companies. Well, no, they rang up a load of publishers and asked them, and I think most of them said we have no comment at this time. A couple of them said we will get back to you, and they never got back to them. 2K did come back to them, and they said, I'm paraphrasing here obviously, but they basically said we have other ways to try and get people to hang on to games. So what they do is release DLC, maybe free, within that critical 3 to 4 week window where people are still playing. And that way they'll hang on to it, they'll play the DLC, and by then it's maybe 8 weeks after the game's out, and they've already sold as many as they were going to sell. So from their point of view, it's... Why would we? Why, like, it doesn't convey any distinct advantage. So hooray, 2K.
Yeah.
If you want to play, like, basketball.
Basketball and...
What else do they do? Well, we don't know.
Games.
They've
Gearbox
released...
games, so shooty bang bang games. Yeah.
Xbox... XCOM, The Bureau. No, The Bureau, XCOM Declassified.
Right.
That's the 2K game I know.
If that ever comes out.
It'll come out. Maybe. I mean,
They'll make it into a...
They've revealed it
RTX
3
game or
times
something.
now. It's gonna happen. The other thing they talked about was Kinect. Apparently, they released a whole bunch of stuff that seems like it's supposed to make us more calm about privacy, but it's pretty much... You can totally turn off the Kinect. It's only looking for the phrase Xbox One. But, like, if it's looking for the phrase Xbox One, then it's listening to everything and processing it and looking at it. So that's not privacy. That's called listening.
Well, at least they didn't say they were going to record things. They said that... confirmed that it wouldn't upload personal recordings
Without your permission.
without the permission.
But is this one of those without your permission that means, like, hey, read this EULA that no one ever reads. You totally agreed to it, and also we're going to send all your data overseas, so Data Protection Act doesn't count. You consented.
It's not great.
So yeah, well, I mean, they again with a lot of the stuff around Xbox One, Microsoft have released information about it, which just you have more questions.
It's more confusing.
It's more confusing. So in the paragraph, it talks about Kinect in an on, a standby, and an off mode. They talk about on and standby, but they don't talk about off. And then when they think they're going to talk about off, they go into talking about the system that is listening for the words Xbox on. So it's all very
you can
unclear.
turn Kinect off.
Can I just turn Kinect off and just turn it to a wall and then play games?
Now, it's not all bad what Microsoft actually announced, because game sharing, they did confirm. You definitely can share your game with up to 10 other family members in your household, I think is the phrase they used. But I'm pretty sure that was just badly phrased, and they meant 10 people on your console.
Yeah, and you can also, if your game collection's stored in the cloud, and if you go in a mate's house, then you can access all your games if you're logged in on their consoles.
Were they actually clear about the collection being stored in the cloud, though? Because I thought it was... I mean, we know your licenses are stored in the cloud, because they do... But the always on thing, it's not always on, but you do have to actually poll... Sorry, not you. The Xbox One does poll every 24 hours to check that you still have the license, so that's definitely on the cloud. And they said if you play offline at your friend's house, you can play for up to an hour.
There's also the thing that your friend has to be on your friends list for at least 30 days before you can
Give them.
Really?
Give them a game, yeah.
That's giving them.
Giving them a game. But,
What?
Yeah, you need
But
to be a friend, and then
links
you
in.
need to have friends for at least 30 days before you can actually
What?
give
Give-
somebody a game.
You can
Yeah.
do the game share, but you can't.
Like, you're not on my friends list.
No. I
So if
couldn't.
I buy a game and I come round to your house,
We can play it.
we can't play it.
You can if you're logged in. If you
Okay, you can trade a game in.
Yeah.
and
To a
then-
shop.
To a shop, and that pre-approved retailer will reset it.
Yeah. And they'll say, we own that.
Uh-huh.
Well, we will transfer the license.
And if you wanted to come round to my house, and then you logged in on my Xbox One, you can play it there.
But that's separate from the trading in.
Yes. Now, if you gave me the game
Yeah.
to play, it would because the game is still linked to your account. I would have to have known you for 30 days to even play the game on my Xbox One.
When I'm not there.
Is what I'm understanding. Yes.
But you can. Well, that's more than I knew, because I could assumed if I gave you the game and I wasn't there and I wasn't logged in, then no, you cannot play
Oh,
it
right,
ever,
no.
ever, ever.
Yeah, you have to wait the 30 days, which also means, which is about the eBay thing, which wipes out eBay completely.
Mm.
So, unless it was
Xbox game.
for Xbox One games, yeah.
So this 30-day friends thing,
Uh-huh.
is this what they mean by 10 members of your family, or is this a whole new thing on top of that?
No, the 10 members of your family is the 10 on your console,
Okay.
probably.
Or it could be. Well, it does. How do
mean,
I know it's family members? It
yeah.
could be any of
Yeah.
your 10. You could
Well,
be 10
like I
mates
said,
on the
family,
fucking freaking console.
I
household.
mean, look how
presumably.
confused we are about it.
I
Yeah.
know.
But the thing about your game is they said that you buy a game and then you have you can have the physical copy of the game if you bought it at the store or something. But then a copy is stored in the cloud, which then enables you go around to a mate's house, you log in, then you have access to your game collection because it's all stored in the cloud rather than physically on the console. That's
Okay.
actually quite.
So you
yeah,
can
that's
spend
yeah.
like
You
3
Steam,
hours downloading
like, yeah,
40
like-
gigs.
Yeah.
Because we're on Blu-ray now.
Yeah,
Like,
they're on Blu-ray up to
So
50.
that's actually quite nice. Although I can't say I've done that an awful lot with my friends going around the house because
we have no friends. No, we have friends,
We
but
don't
like
have
they're all
friends.
having babies now.
Yeah, well, also they have lots. If they do, they have yeah. When they're not having babies and they've got a console, they tend to have got the game. Most of the games that we play anyway. So it's not.
I don't have any friends.
Yeah,
He
I
does
just
live
don't-
at 5.
Just don't have.
but it's quite a nice feature. Is looking that it's the one thing that it's like Microsoft is not being a dick about, basically.
You can totally play in your house as long as you're online every 24 hours.
Yeah, what they are doing is making the
So like if you move house and you have no internet for 2 weeks, you're fucked. Go play PC.
yeah, pretty much. Unless it's Steam, then you can't play offline. Although they have Kotaku, I think probably something they said that they asked Sony saying what is your policy on pre-owned after Microsoft announced theirs, and Sony said okay, we've talked about this back in February at a roundtable discussion where they said there's not going to be DRM that's going to stop pre-owned sales. So potentially Sony aren't going to change what they're doing at the moment, which is not stopping you.
But Microsoft aren't stopping pre-owned sales.
No,
They're
they're
just
just
controlling them.
enabling another.
them. Well then.
Enabling another revenue stream from pre-owned. Yeah.
Yeah. For publishers. Well, that was the thing though,
For
wasn't
publishers,
it?
if the publishers
it's
can
not,
be asked, yeah.
Microsoft aren't taking a cut from any pre-owned fee that may or may not exist.
Yeah, apparently.
Apparently.
So
It's all
yeah.
apparently.
It's all a bit.
We will find out tomorrow. / 3 days ago, depending on when you're watching this video.
We'll have found out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll find out, yeah. Everything's a lie. Okay. No, that should
Thanks for
probably-
watching. Like, subscribe. Bye.